Hi, it's Brett, and this is either Brett and some books or accountability checks and balances, um, or it's related to this direct campaign that I am part of to stop the data center that's being built in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. In fact, there was a special law made so that this could be pushed through around regulations. So, with that, I'll go into it. Over the past 20 years, I have participated in many canvassing campaigns. When I started, I was working for a state PIRG, Public Interest Research Group, which were spun off from Ralph Nader's consumer protection work. The work was difficult and didn't offer much in the way of benefits. It was run off of the standard issue Industrialist Handbook. We had very poor worker protections, and we were just a marketing scheme anyway. They co opted the anti corporate, anti war attitude of the end of the 20th century, early aughts, and removed the genuine connection that constitutes our communities. Facebook hadn't been invented yet. I went back out again, and so much has changed in the dynamics of moving in a community, technology, and the state of our united paranoia. This report will examine what went well, what didn't go well, where I see opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. But first, let's look at some demographics. Who? We are the self organized citizens concerned about home livability, wetland preservation, specifically in the Horicon Marsh, bird conservation, infrastructure decimation, property values, and a lack of transparency. And the issue is construction on a data center for a large corporation like Meta or Amazon. This was snuck through process with NDAs and deceit. We are starting from a disadvantaged position. Where? A small city in the Midwest, about 17,000 people. Most of the union jobs are provided by several prisons. And so there isn't a very strong organizing sentiment or history in the region. When? This is November, just after changing the clocks to lose an hour of sunlight. Weather's in the 40s, trees are dumping their red and yellow and purple leaves. Day one is during a football game. Day two is the final hours of the primary objective of today's campaign. It's taboo to knock on a stranger's door after dark, I think. I don't have a boss, so I'm free to trust my own instincts and comfort zone. Maybe I'll be braver a month from now. What went well? Of the limited people I spoke with, everyone is concerned about this issue and appreciates our efforts. This project is a threat on so many fronts and will or has negatively impacted everyone. Additionally, the information sheet that was put together provides so much information that I was able to cover a lot of ground and have confidence that the recipients would be able to understand and digest information easily. What didn't go well? I don't speak extemporaneously easily. I go on tangents and lose the thread. By writing out a door rap, I think we will be more confident to speak. I will be more confident to speak on behalf of our movement, and so will others. I have experienced a lot of information overload these past weeks, and I like to grasp a subject well before I can do more help than harm. The clocks just changed, and thus everyone's perception of what is late is skewed. After 5 or so, the sun sets, and there's limited overlap for reaching people home after first shift or business hours. Opportunities. We approximately tripled our attendance between the initial meetup to the city council meeting. We have organic momentum, we have solid criticisms and qualified facts. It has helped us to unite across various social and economic divisions so far. Weaknesses and threats. We have a very diverse group of people, but it is early in the process of organization. We are susceptible to schisms and conflict and resentments tied to past conflicts. In fact, I saw a couple of doorbell videos posted by my 7th grade science teacher exposing a contentious discussion between her and a former school board candidate. Everything is recorded on doorsteps now, and that is an opportunity for a negative interaction to become a bigger issue connected to our efforts. Having an agreed upon response format to common concerns and objections is very important. Finally, as I understand it, we have agreed that our current focus is education, and our messaging has been deliberate. Direct action and expected outcomes by the subgroups needs to be clearly defined. It's important that we do as much criticism and call-ins internally as possible, and failing that, we may need to differentiate between the two groups. Those of us who are not interested in civil disobedience need to be supported and informed of risk levels for actions or demonstrations. Nobody should feel compelled to put themselves at risk, and those who are willing to be arrested for disrupting or blocking need to know that they won't be cut off for not keeping decorum. Good trouble has less to do with optics than principle. We need to be impolite and uncooperative sometimes. In conclusion, if we have a clear script for door knocking and have some agreed upon responses, I think we can continue to build support and we can triumph. So, in the future, be going back out, I really want to say thank you to all the people that have been working with this education group on the data center. I'm really impressed to see how many people are successfully working past those historical conflicts and interpersonal resentments, because I do know that there has been a lot of static between some of the people involved in this, and I really appreciate the very good, honest, good faith effort that we're all putting into this. And that's what makes communities, not us all agreeing. So this is really encouraging for me, and it's a pleasure to work with all of you. Thanks.